Her
Keep
name
walking.
even did.
Don't
She
look
was
at
no
them.
longer explaining herself to anyone. She was
Let me
being
go.
followed. Weeks later, she was
Not
invited
yet.
to a private strategy dinner, the kind where decisions shaped entire industries. When she walked in, conversation slowed, then shifted toward her. One man stood to greet her first, offering his seat. That had never happened before. Not in any room she used to enter. She did not smile much, but she did not need to. Her presence carried weight now. Back at Whitmore Group, Ethan started hearing fragments. Not full answers, just pieces that did not sit right. A competitor had moved faster than expected. Another deal slipped through his hands without warning. His assistant mentioned a name once, then stopped mid-sentence. "It is nothing confirmed yet," she said quickly. But it stayed with him. That same night, he saw a familiar writing style in a leaked proposal. Clean, precise, unmistakable. He closed the file slowly, tension rising in his chest. If she was out there building something bigger, why did it feel like she was building it around him? And how close was she to stepping directly into his world again? The elevator doors opened on the 42nd floor. Ethan stepped out, adjusting his cuff, face set and controlled. This meeting was supposed to fix everything slipping away. Inside the boardroom, executives were already seated, quiet, waiting. Then the door at the far end opened again. Conversations stopped without a word. Amara walked in, calm, steady, like she had always belonged there. No one questioned her presence. In fact, one of the senior partners stood up immediately. "We have been waiting for you," he said, offering her the main seat. Ethan froze for half a second. That had never happened before. Not for her. Not in his world. She did not look at him right away. She placed her folder down, took her seat, then finally met his eyes. No anger. No hesitation. Just distance. The kind that could not be closed. Ethan leaned forward, trying to regain control. "You are part of this deal?" he asked, voice tight. She did not answer him directly. Instead, she nodded toward the documents in front of him. "You should read page 12 carefully," she said, calm and clear. A few people exchanged glances. One man across the table shifted in his chair, nervous. Ethan flipped the page, scanning fast, then slower. Then he stopped completely. His jaw tightened. The room stayed silent, but the weight shifted. Ownership percentages had changed. Control clauses rewritten. Decision rights moved. Not to a company. To her. He looked up again, this time fully unsettled. "This does not make sense," he said, almost to himself. She tilted her head slightly, not reacting to his tone. "It makes perfect sense," she replied quietly. No one interrupted her. No one challenged her. That was the clearest difference. Before, she had to prove every word. Now, her words ended discussions. Ethan glanced around the table, expecting support. No one spoke. No one defended him. Even his own advisor avoided eye contact. The imbalance was no longer subtle. It was visible to everyone. He stood up slightly, then stopped, unsure what move to make next. She remained seated, completely still, completely in control. Then she said one line that shifted everything. "You built the name, Ethan, but you never understood the structure." The silence after that felt heavier than any argument. He sat back down slowly, the first Real crack showing. For the first time, he was not leading the room. He was reacting to it. And as the meeting moved forward without him, one thought settled in deeper than anything else. If she had already taken this much, what else had she quietly secured that he had not even seen yet? He stayed in his office long after everyone left. The building felt quieter than usual, almost unfamiliar now. Ethan opened an old archive folder he never questioned before. The first file showed a deal from 3 years ago, the one that saved the company from collapse overnight. He remembered signing it, taking full credit publicly. But now he noticed something different in the margins. Small edits, precise changes, quiet corrections in legal language. No signature, no name, just a pattern he recognized too well. He opened another file, then another, faster this time. Every major success had the same invisible fingerprints. Risk clauses adjusted before exposure. Financial gaps sealed before they widened. Entire strategies reshaped before they failed. His chest tightened slightly, but he kept going. This was no coincidence anymore. A soft knock came at the door. His senior advisor stepped in slowly, holding a tablet. "You should see this," he said, voice low. It was an internal audit report, recently updated. Ethan scanned the summary, then stopped halfway. A section labeled unattributed structural adjustments, caught his attention. The advisor spoke again, quieter now. We always thought those came from external consultants. Ethan looked up sharply. They did not. The advisor shook his head once. No record of any consultant involvement. It was all internal. Silence stretched between them for a moment. Then the advisor added one more line. And the timing matches her presence exactly. That was the moment it became undeniable. Ethan leaned back slowly, his confidence slipping for the first time. Everything he believed about his own success started shifting. Not cracking, rewriting. The empire he thought he built alone had been stabilized quietly behind him. By her. He stood up, pacing once across the room. His reflection in the glass looked unfamiliar now. Not powerful, not certain, just someone who missed something important. He remembered every meeting where she spoke, and he ignored her. Every time he cut her off, dismissed her input. Those were not small moments anymore. They were turning points he never saw. His phone buzzed suddenly on the desk. A new internal memo had just been released. He opened it without thinking. It was a restructuring notice. Effective immediately. Authority lines updated again. This time, her name was not just present. It was final. He stared at the screen, something heavier settling in his chest. If she had always been the one holding everything together, then what exactly was left that still belonged to him? And how much of it could she take next if she decided to move again? He did not wait for another meeting to be scheduled. Ethan went straight to her office the next morning. No assistant stopped him at first, which felt familiar. But that changed before he reached her door. A woman stepped in front of him calmly, holding a tablet. "Do you have an appointment with Miss Collins?" she asked. He paused, thrown off by the question alone. That had never been required before. "I will not need one," he replied, voice firm. The woman did not move. "She requires one now," she said quietly. That was the first clear boundary. He clenched his jaw, then stepped back slightly. "Tell her I am here," he said. The assistant nodded once, then disappeared inside. Seconds stretched longer than they should have. When the door finally opened, Amara stood there,